Hello, beautiful artists. Today I'm keeping it simple. I wanted to find the easiest way I could paint a cute little bird as I could. So the brushes I'm going to use, these are my brushes, of course, and I think there's about 15 of these left. Once they are sold out, they will be gone. We're not reproducing them. And I think today I'm going to go ahead and keep my 8 round handy and my 16 round. So those are the 2 brushes I'm going to use. I predominantly use round brushes just because they're kind of my go-to. So what I'm going to do, and I'm using Artisto paper. As you know, this is my paper I recommend for all beginners. It's so great, and I've went through so many. So you can get that on Amazon. I'll put the link below. You get like 3 packs for $21, I think. And I'm using my MeiLangs by Paul Rubens. If you have this palette, I know a lot of you do, that's perfect. This one just has some of those metallics in there. And then I've got my 2 containers of water, one to wash, one to rinse my brush. Really, really important because watercolors is so transparent. If you have the last color you used in your brush, it will transfer over to your next color. All right, I've wet my brush here. And this is one time where I don't mind it being a little wetter than normal. What I'm going to do is just go in and basically create a little circle. It isn't perfectly round, but pretty round, maybe almost egg shape. There we go. And then I'm going to go in. I want my bird to have a little bit of brown in there. So let's grab some of that brown. Got that going. And it's only, this is wet and wet, so it's only going where I've got that water. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my brush because I want a little bit of that Christmassy red in here. So picking up some of that, dipping my brush in water, tapping it off, tap, tap, tap. Oops, you can't see my palette here. And let it be, just like that. And look how easy that is. Now what I'll do is go in, and actually I could use my angle brush here because I kind of want that sharp edge. So let me just grab that real quick. Let's see here. Here it is, because that's got such a great edge on there for twigs and trees and branches. I'm going to use that. Let me grab some of that brown. I kind of want a little bit more chocolatey brown, so I'm going to add in just a bit more of the dark brown. I believe that's the Van Dyke brown in this palette. Again, use what you guys like. And then I'm going to go and just create just a little branch he's sitting on. The harder, more pressure I put, of course, that line is thicker. There we go. And then what I'll use, let me rinse my brush real good, get all that brown out. So there's still some in there. So that's why it's so important to really rinse your brushes. Okay. If it gets into that ferrule, it can really damage your brush. I'm going to have to wash that one. Okay. Now with this, I'm going to use my little 8 round. Might even want some of this darker. I think this was an olive green and a brown I had. And just using a light pressure with the tip of my brush, resting my hand, I will go in, create some little branches coming out. You could do dry brush on here. There we go. Something like that. And then I'll go in with some green and just dab. Bigger dabs, little dabs, whatever you like. Get some of that dark green in there. But look how easy that is. Isn't that fun? Now with this, I think what I might do is take my 8 brush and just add in a tiny bit, not much. I wanted to keep this bird really simple, but just barely some little lines using some of that brown, like that. Not too much. I really wanted to keep this simple, simple, simple. And then his little, or her little beak here, which I'll use kind of this dark brown with a tiny bit of black in there. And just a little bit on my brush. There we go. And the last thing is his eye, which you could actually use a little pen or something if you wanted. I'm just gonna give this a quick shot so it doesn't blend too much on his eye. That's it. And let's dab that in. Maybe a little bit of that brown. And there we go. I mean, look how easy and fun that was, don't you think? I'm pretty much done. So you could do a whole little tree of these. How fun would that be? And this is really just easy, relaxing. You kind of let the watercolors do their thing. And I hope you give this a try and have fun with it. All right, everybody, most of all, just enjoy watercolors. You know your unique style, lots of practices. I have a free ebook. And of course, I have my watercolor beginners online course that you're all seeming to love, and really, I just invite you to have fun with these. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here in our little community.